What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we've got the T20 World Cup bracket challenge. I'll leave the link in the description in case, I'm sure a lot of people here want to go and have their own go at it. But hey, we are here. We predict who will win every single game of the T20 World Cup until the final, and then we predict who will win the T20 World Cup. Now, of course, these are just my predictions, my opinions, just a bit of fun. So in the comments, if I didn't pick your country to win or, who you thought would win, just calm down, because you can go and do it yourself if you don't like how I do it. But hey, let's no messing around, because there is a lot of matches to get through. We start off here with the qualifiers, which we're kind of just going to run through. We don't really care too much. I'm going to say Oman. I'm going to say Bangladesh. I'm going to say Ireland, Sri Lanka, Scotland, Bangladesh, Netherlands. Wow, this is going to be a tough one. I'm going to back in Ireland, Have to back in. I'm 25% Irish. Got to back them in. Bangladesh comfortably, Scotland comfortably, Ireland comfortably. Wow, this is tough. I'm going to say Sri Lanka. Alright, so here we go. The first round is complete, and the two teams to make it through were Ireland, Bangladesh, Scotland, and Sri Lanka. I think that's probably I think Scotland will definitely make it through. They made like 203 against Namibia in a practice match the other day, so I'll back them in. Alright. Can we go down? Okay. Alright, let's go. Match 1, Australia versus South Africa. I think we should win that comfortably. England versus the Windies. Wow. I'm going to go with England, but that could go anyway. Sri Lanka, Scotland. I think Scotland. India, Pakistan. Now this... Babar Azam has just come out and said that they've been, obviously based in the UAE for the last 3 to 4 years. And Babar Azam says they will win the World Cup, and they will especially win the match against India. I think he's talking shit, so I'm going to say India will win. That one. Afghanistan versus Bangladesh. Ooh. Wow, that's big. That's a big one. Ooh, I'm going to say Bangladesh. That one. South Africa, Windies. I think the Windies will win that. Pakistan, New Zealand. Ooh, this is another tough one. I'm going to say Pakistan will win that. England, Scotland. I would imagine England win that. Bangladesh, Ireland. Bangladesh. Australia, Sri Lanka. Us. West Indies, Scotland. The Windies. Pakistan, Afghanistan. I think Pakistan will win that. South Africa, Sri Lanka. I think South Africa will get their first win. Australia, England. I'm going to say Australia. Look, and of course, a lot of people are going to be saying you can't just predict Australia to win every match because it won't happen. And you're probably right. It probably won't happen. We probably won't win every match, but you have to believe in your own country. And you know what? England are probably a better team than us, but I'm backing us in. I don't care. They have no Archer, no Stokes. Owen Morgan is in some of the worst form of his life. I think we could win. Afghanistan to beat Ireland. India, New Zealand. I'm going to say India, but that'll be a good game. England should beat Sri Lanka, I would have thought. South Africa. I'm going to say Scotland. Fuck it. Pakistan should beat Ireland. New Zealand should win that. Although they did just get rolled in Bangladesh, but, they had their C team, so I think they'll win. India to beat Afghanistan. Australia to beat Scotland. Windies to win that. New Zealand to win that. India to win that. This should be a good game. Wow, and look how tight the bracket is as well. Holy moly. So this game, this game could decide who makes it through to the finals. Obviously, I want Australia. I'm going to say Australia. I know a lot of people would disagree, but I'm going to say Australia. England should roll South Africa. New Zealand should be winning that. I'm going to say Pakistan. India versus Ireland. I'm going to say India should win that. Okay. So there we are. We've done all of our group stages so far. I don't know why. There we go. Right. That's how I've got the group 2 turning out. India, Pakistan, New Zealand, Bangladesh, Afghanistan. I don't think Ireland will win a game. I think Afghanistan will win 1. Bangladesh to maybe win 1 or 2. New Zealand to win 3. I think Pakistan and India will qualify. But it's going to come down to that last match between Pakistan and Bangladesh, I think, on who will make it through. Bangladesh and New Zealand, of course, in there as well. So, man, again, a lot of people... And now, let's go to the first group. I've got Australia winning every single game. Now, again, this is so iffy because, of course, I back my own country in, but there is every chance we lose to England. We can lose to West Indies, and there is every chance, well, I don't think we'll lose to any of these teams, but there is any chance that England or a West Indies beat us. But as long as an Australian, we beat at least one of England or West Indies, we should make it through to the final. So that's where I'm at. I've got Scotland winning 2 games. I actually think Scotland has a lot better of a team than South Africa and Sri Lanka. I think South Africa without Faf du Plessis, without Imran Tahir, I don't think they're going to cause much threat. No AB de Villiers. Of course, they have Anrik Nordicki. Who else is amongst that team? Rabada. Of course, I mean, their bowling attack is second to none, but I watched Scotland against Namibia just yesterday. Well, I didn't watch the game, but I watched the highlights, and Scotland put on like 204 runs on a pretty, bowler-friendly pitch. So, I mean, it doesn't matter, between these, because none of them are going to make it through, so it doesn't really matter. All right, semi-final number 1. Now, I'm going to back my boys in. You have to back your team in. If you do not back your country in, then you might as well not support them. So I'm going to say we beat Pakistan and England versus India. Wowee. I want to say India. I was going to say India will win that, and then we get to the final. This would be my dream final scenario anyway. Australia versus India would be my absolute dream final for this World Cup. I know most of you guys would probably be very happy if we got to see this in a final. I know most people from India would probably love if it was India versus Pakistan in a final, and I know that most Indians would absolutely love to beat Pakistan, and Pakistan would love to beat India in a final. But I mean, it could happen. Let's say Pakistan beats us, they beat England. I mean, it's possible, but I've got Australia versus India in the final. Who do I think will win? I think India will win, but I'm going to back my own country in. I'm going to back Australia in to get the win. I'm backing Australia in to win the final. If you do not back your country in to win every single game, you are not a real supporter. Okay? Am I being realistic? Probably not. Is this going to happen? Probably not. Is Australia going to make it out of the group stage? I don't know. But that's the fun of it. Why not? I'm sure every single person who lives in India or Pakistan, New Zealand, England, every single one of them would back their own country in to win every single game as well. So, you know what? There is every chance that the scenario falls like this. There is every chance that, how do I put this nice? Oh, not nicely. Where the fuck is it? All right, I'm not going to mess around with it, but there is every chance that Australia drop a game against England or West Indies. There is every chance that India drops the game against Pakistan or New Zealand. I mean, there is every chance of these little scenarios happening. That's the perfect thing about cricket, and especially T20 cricket. You can never, ever predict who is going to win on the given day. Any team can win it. But hey, that's how I've got my World Cup panning out. Again, this is all just light fun. I'm not saying this is going to happen by any means. Just a bit of fun. So hey, The original link in the description. If you guys do your own bracket, share it with me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, any of those. Share your bracket with me. I want to see what everyone else ends up panning out like. But hey, that is going to cap it off, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.